Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today, we are going to talk about how advanced energy healing is quantum energy healing. What does advanced energy healing mean to you? It has so many ideas that can float through our heads about what energy healing is and how we interact with that. It really revolves around relationships. Relationships with myself, relationships how I interact with others, and relationships with how I interact with the world around me. The same goes for you and everyone else. And it's all those levels and layers of interactions that create our reality, that create our ability to enhance advanced energy healing. When we talk about energetic relational skill building consciousness, that's a big mouthful, isn't it? It's really fun though. When you think about it, when you feel it, when you know it, when you sense it inside of you, how one relates to another is exactly how we create advanced energy healing. It's amazing to create these ideas within ourselves. How do we do that? How do we create energetic relating between you, between me, between all of us in the world? It's not as complicated as it looks. For example, here, we take these balancing stones. We're on the beach. We're anywhere where we can find rocks or stones that are fairly similar to each other. In this case, this person is taking one stone and putting it on another. We call them balancing rocks. How are these balancing rocks balanced? How do we keep them from toppling over, falling down? Many may experience and know that it's energy that actually allows them to stay in alignment, to stay upright, and to be piled on top of each other, so to speak. How do they stick? How does it stay? In this case, as you can see in the pictograph, what would be the energy of this person putting that sixth stone on top of the 5 other stones already piled on each other? When I tune in and sense and ask the energy of what this person created, because this is an actual photograph of someone doing this procedure, this process, this person is relating to the rocks. Not only to the rocks, but also to the ocean, the beach, the rocks around it, the earth, the movement of the earth, and themselves. What are they placing on top of the rocks? What energy holds those rocks together? I sense one way to do it is we can put the energy of the rocks one on top of each other with push energy, force energy. A lot of times when we do that though, we recognize that those rocks come tumbling down, maybe on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th rock. Hard to do it on the 6th rock with push energy. It can be done, but it's challenging. When we use flow energy, when we use love energy, when we create that through our hands, that then stimulates the balance of those rocks. In this case, it sure to me looks like gratitude. This person is infusing gratitude into each rock. Grateful for each day, grateful for each moment, grateful for these moments of creating a sense of balance in her life. Now in this next picture, there's another energy, right? You can tell by the way the rocks are sitting on each other, by the way they're laying on top of each other, staying upright, and then she's putting more and more on top. What is the energy that you could sense in her hand that she's putting around the rocks, in the rocks, with her hands, being in relationship between her body, her energy, and the rocks to support them standing up? When I tune in, I sense I am complete, I am whole, I am perfect. This is perfect. You see how when you can breathe that in, feel that, sense that, know that, that creates that completeness inside of you, which then transmits to the outside world. That's an example of energetic relating, where we're in energetic relating between us and other objects in our environment. What about this one? This one is amazing. These rocks are round, somewhat round, maybe oblong. They're standing on end. They're not standing on their flat end and up like a stack of pancakes. They're actually standing end for end. That is remarkable. What energy do you feel the person might have utilized to create these rocks standing? Even long enough to take your photograph. I bet it was standing longer than that. How does that occur? What balancing, what energy do you use inside your body, inside, and then transmit to your hands, and then transmit to the rocks and the environment all around, so that the wind doesn't knock it down or anything else? How does it stay there? Right? I am love, I am whole, I am complete, and really knowing that inside and out, within the rocks, within the environment, within ourselves. That's what really can create energetic relating. Let's talk about this. Energy is everywhere, all throughout the shows on awaketvnetwork.com. We talk about energy and we talk about where it is, where it isn't. It isn't anywhere, it's everywhere. And how do we work with that? How do we relate to the energies of life? How do you relate to the energies of life? And what do I mean, the energies of life? There's like all kinds of energies of life, right? When we're outside, there's the energies of life of the sun, of the clouds, of the weather, of the atmosphere, of the earth, the ocean, the grass, the coastline, the two people standing here celebrating the moment, right? So there's physical energy, there's emotional energy, there's mental energy, there's spiritual energy, there's environmental energy, there's natural energy. It's everywhere. How do you relate to it? Do you relate to it positively, negatively? Do you have an attachment to an outcome? Do you go with the flow? All of those are choices of how we relate to the energies of life. Here, this young woman is reading a book. This photograph illustrates how energy literally releases from the book. Have you ever thought that when you read a book, you're reading about the energy of the author? You're reading the energy of what the author wanted to share with you, wanted to impart to you. Did you realize this as well? That when you read the book, your energy goes into the book itself? That it's a collective consciousness? And that all that have read the book before you and all that read the book after you contribute to this collective consciousness? Isn't that amazing? We've read a few books in our lives, haven't we? We experience the energy that flows through the book. There's energy grids throughout the whole world now that we understand the internet, cellular phone, Wi-Fi, EMFs, other frequency wave patterns that connect us. Not only electrically like with lights, like on this video that you're able to see this presentation, but it's also interconnectability on many, many other levels, both seen and unseen. We can connect through the quantum field with everyone and everything throughout this whole entire globe, throughout the whole entire universe. And we can connect that way, mentally, emotionally, heart to heart, many different ways of connecting and relating to the energies of life. The ocean has lots of energy in it, doesn't it? It tells us lots of information. It shares with us not only the ocean energy, but also the creatures, the animals, the fish, the dolphins, the whales, everything in the ocean can communicate to us, even though we're in the air, breathing air, and they're in the water. We are still able to communicate through water. We can relate to weather patterns, like this one, like a lightning bolt in a storm coming forward. We can relate to that energy. We can support its natural occurrences. We can ask it, why is it occurring now? What's happening? How may I assist, resource, support, and steward our planet to support its balance, growth, and support for all on the planet? Those are ways in which we can relate, hear, see, feel, and understand. When we do this and we reduce stress in our body, we create peace. And when we create peace, happiness flows. Happiness flows through us, in us, outside of us, all around us. As this picture illustrates, we leave a wave, a bandwidth of energy throughout our experiences that other people can experience, other animals' energies can experience on the planet. How does our energy affect our world? Well, that's an amazing process. I don't think we normally think about it or talk about it or share it amongst each other about how our energy affects our world. Sometimes we may relate to others and share with others the idea that our energy, whether it be fast and we can't speak very clearly, or we slow down and we create everyone being tired or sleepy, or we're fluent, salient, speaking clearly, sharing our ideas, our wonder, our ability with each other. It's amazing that we can change the way in which we think and feel and express in the world, related to how our energy pattern is. I love this photograph. It's pretty funny. It describes a walnut cut in half. This is an illustration of how we can balance our brain and our heart together inside our body. When we balance these two aspects of our energetic experiences, what happens is the world opens up. We open up to our true nature, which is love. We open up, we release opportunities, fear, doubt, overwhelm, frustration, irritation when we connect with our heart. Many times we believe that maybe when we connect to our heart and we open our heart to the world, even if the world is a little bit challenged, a little bit ugly, a little bit unpleasant. We create ourselves being vulnerable to that. What if that's really not true? What if it's just a feeling because we opened and we breathed in and we sense our feeling go through our body, through our proprioceptors, right? Through our sensory receptor sites all throughout our body that then get collected, that information, that sensory information goes up our spine, goes into our nervous system, and gets processed in our brain to understand, and our heart, to understand what is happening or what isn't happening, so that we have greater discernment abilities. Many times when we're affected by the world's energies, we could get out of balance. What we do is we talk about this here and on a lot of the shows from a lot of the teachers that express about how we can release discordant energies, energies that enter our body that are unpleasant, that are uncomfortable. How do we deal with them? How do we release them? How do we transmute them? We can transmute them right back to a 0 point, to the point of creation. We don't have to, terminate and get rid of all those negative feelings in our body and send them elsewhere, send them to somebody else. Negative feelings, negative thoughts sometimes can be like, as the kids call it, cooties, or can be attracted to, or can be put upon by other people. And what if we have negative thoughts and feelings, whether they're our own or others, and we can release them through our body, through our breath, through directing it literally with our thoughts, literally, physically. We can direct those negative thoughts and feelings out of our body and become back to balance. Now, this is a picture of an energetic field. I love showing it because it's so amazing to see how much energy we emit from our body, our physical body. We emit all kinds of energies, all kinds of colors, all kinds of consciousness. We store energy and information about our lives, long ago and far away, and upfront, personal and close in this lifetime. We can experience other people's experiences and store them in our energy field. Especially if we have judgments, if we have negative judgments about what happened to us or what happened to them, we can store those in our body and it can be evident in our energy field. It can play out as patterns, problems, overwhelm for both ourselves and others. We can have discordant energy. Some people call them miasms. Some people call them discordances, problems. I simply see it as a conflict. We have conflicts in our lives because we have disagreements with how things should or shouldn't be in our lives, with how good or bad or sideways or upside down or backwards we all are from time to time. When we have emotions, when we have overwhelm. Sometimes when these conflicts go unresolved, unaddressed, unannounced, they go unconscious or subconscious. They stay hidden or latent or dormant in our energy fields. Energy healers can sense this, see this, feel this, know this. Many energy healers have multiple ways of experiencing these discordant energies. And I want to share with you a secret. It's not really a secret. Everyone can feel discordant energies. Everyone. They seem subtle, but sometimes they're not. So in this picture, for example, this person is looking forward. So we're seeing their backside. We're seeing their spine. On that left arm, do you see how the energy is darker? Not as vibrant as the right arm? So that left side, through many metaphysicians who have shown the way about what the body means and what's happening, it can mean many elemental factors of why that left arm is cold or doesn't have as much energy flowing through it. Why is that? The shoulder blade, the arm, is it stuck energy? Yes, certainly. Does that stuck energy relate to anything? Probably. Does it relate to the past? Right? Many people describe the left side as being the past, the center as being in the now moment, and the right side being the future, right action, right purpose. The left side can represent feminine energy, where the feminine energy is closed down. It's not okay to express feminine energy, whether you're a girl or a boy, a male or female. It can mean many different things. It can be, the left side can also represent receiving, the ability to receive from others, from the world around us. Maybe this person is an exceptional giver and loves to give, right action, right forward movement, is strong, and then therefore is not very strong in the receiving end, for example. Although that left hand is very awake and stimulated energetically. This is what we see inside patterns of people that are experiencing energy challenges, energy leaks. See how the lower back has this sort of black or dark or shadowy, fearful energy leaving the lower back? It's a leak of energy that leaks out from the person, that maybe makes their lower back feel weak, less strong, less supported by life. It's a pattern, right? When we don't receive very well, right, we have an issue of bringing in, and I'm only laughing because I think I used to experience this as well. Many people who are healers are givers and not such great receivers. So I'm part of this process as well. And when we have this and we don't receive very well, a lot of times our emotional bodies, energetic selves, get frustrated, get irritated, get upset, and therefore we feel less supported by life. So we can leak that energy right out of us, believing that the world is not here to support us. When all in all, what was really going on was we had challenges in receiving because of belief systems that were in place. I'm here to give, I'm here to serve, I don't need anything, I'm here to give it all. When we do that, we create imbalances in our body. So as an energy healer for kids and families, I support the kids and moms and dads, families, to learn how to receive as well as giving so that their body is fully balanced. Their back feels well supported, knows it's supported by life. This is one example of how our energy can affect our world. So when we walk in the world feeling unsupported by life, that's not well taken by other people, right? So we can have an ongoing problem after problem after problem just from this basic premise of how we work with our energy in our body and how we think about life is supposed to be. So when you think about the energy in your body and how it affects our world, think about first how it affects you. Feel it, see it, know it. Take the time. Take the time when you're caring for your own body to notice how your energy is flowing, to open up that flow of energy. The kids and I like to call it our star energy. Opening up that star, opening up that sun within inside of you. Opening up the endless flow of energy that flows through you, that gives life, that gives health, that gives opportunity. As we do this, as we open up our star energy and we're able to share that with the world, we're witnessing the truth to others, our truth. We're transmitting, illuminating. It's so beautiful because when we all stand in our truth, when we all illuminate our star energy, creating our whole body illuminated with love, understanding, knowing, learning, open to new discoveries, we influence each other. And that influencing can be contagious more than a pathogen. When we notice that truth about ourselves and we notice our star energy shining, can you witness and see the star energy in others, even if they have a bad behavior, a bad mood or attitude? What if in that moment when they're having a bad mood or attitude, they're having a bad thought that you sense or they share out loud? Now, what if in that moment they forgot their truth? They forgot who they really were. We can take that moment to release that judgment that we have about them, that they're terrible, they're bad, they're awful, they're deplorable, they don't work well, it's awful, I don't like that. What if we recognize and say, oh, I recognize in my heart that your bad behavior is reminiscent of something that you need, is sharing with everyone that you're unhappy, you're uncollected, you forgot who you were in the moment. That's all that occurred. So in that moment, take a moment to recognize the truth of them. Take that moment to see the opportunity inside of them. But they forgot who they were. They forgot they're this infinite being of love. That they accidentally or unconsciously went into and got triggered from beliefs that triggered a shadow state, an uncomfortable state, a bad state, a state that's unhealthy for everyone, including them. So we can acknowledge their unhealthy state and we can help them, support them, resource them, steward them, and empower them in noticing that they are infinite beings of love. That only thing in the moment that happened was they forgot. Share with them, take a moment. Anyone you notice, even if you don't share with them out loud, you can share with them with your mind, with your heart. I see you're struggling. I support you in seeing the truth of you. Just think if everyone did that to every unfortunate individual on this whole entire planet, how would the energy spread? Just like on the grid, how would the energy spread if we all saw the truth of each other? If we all acknowledged, even when we have struggles, strifes, or challenges. Take a moment to enjoy the loved ones in your life. Take a moment to enjoy this loved one in your life, yourself. Take a moment to remember the truth of you. When you do that, when you recognize and turn on the flow of energy throughout your whole entire body, I promise you, I see you. I see the truth in you. That pain and suffering, situations, illnesses, diseases, conditions of the mind, conditions of our emotions, spiritual conditions begin to heal, begin to soften, and begin to return to peace. And when we stand in our truth, we remove stressors, we create peace. Happiness naturally and organically flows in our life. We don't have to chase it anymore. Our job here is to create peace. Inner peace, outer peace, peace with relating to all energies of life. See that in your life today.